Lori asked us for exactly what nobody else didn't know about it.
I felt bad because I was here.
Yeah, she's a fun lady.
I said, I want two things.
Touch screen.
Lighter and touch screen. See, I think this is, and this is no touch screen.
And I got lighter and touch screen. I got the same one for this.
This, I think the new ownership and they changed the style.
Yeah.
Only on mine? Go up. You know what it can tell us?
No, I don't think I knew that.
What are you doing?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, it is.
But yours is still green background, mine is blue.
Mine's blue.
Mine's green. Mine is silly because I didn't notice that either.
Oh, there you go. You guys are living in last year. 2024 people with this year, they have a blue background. All right. That's okay, they need to know I'm Zen.
You're so zen.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with Zen feelings. Okay, it's 30th of January, Tuesday, 7:04. I'd like to call this session to order. We have no first camera session, it's good to be. We acknowledge that we are signatories of Treaty 5 and that we reside in the traditional territory of the Sichuan Cree Nation. The school district of Mystery Lake is located in the community of Thompson in the province of Manitoba. Manitoba is located on the traditional and ancestral lands of the Nihito Innu Cree, Dinisuli Dene, Métis Inuit, Asininu, Oji-Cree, Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, and Dakota Oyate Dakota nations. The school district of Mystery Lake remains committed to honoring treaties in the spirit of truth and reconciliation. We are all treaty people. We have the approval of the agenda in front of us. Can I have someone move that we approve the agenda for tonight? Trustee Lawson, can I have a seconder? Trustee Humphrey, all those in favor vote aye. Ayes carried. Adoption of the minutes. We have the adoption of the minutes from last meeting. Can I have someone move that we accept the adoption of the minutes for tonight? Trustee Young, seconded by Trustee Sharker. All those in favor vote aye. Okay, good. There's two sets of minutes. Also, we have in front of us the adoption of the minutes. Why do we have two sets of minutes? Because of the committee of the whole meeting. Okay, can I have someone move that we have the, accept the minutes for the committee of the whole? Trustee Sharker, seconder? Trustee Young, any comments? None? Yes.
So, that was, community halls, are they normally in camera meetings? Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure if they're not and we just went into the camera. Okay. Okay, cool, thank you.
All good? Any other questions? All those in favor? Ayes? Yeah, okay, ayes have it. Okay, delegations and presentations, we have none. Business from previous board meeting, item 7, we have none. Oh, we're going along nice. This is gonna slow down at some point. Item number 8, Superintendent of Human Resources and Policy Report.
I was in attendance at a number of district and community events. I just kind of wanted to say a big shout out to Burntwood School. They had a community feast last week and it turned out well. I mean, it's, when you've never done it before, it's pretty daunting to feed 100 people. So there was probably over 100 people in there. So they did a fantastic job and it was great. It was well attended and I think people really enjoyed themselves from the looks of things. So.
I ate well.
Yeah, food was great. Yeah, really good. Yeah. Human Resources Initiatives. I met with the Administrative Review Committee specifically to review the attendance and the attendance administrative procedure. It was reviewed and rewritten, probably really revamped in March of 2022, and then the Safe and Caring Schools document came out, so we just kind of went through the Safe and Caring Schools document to make sure it really aligned with the legislation, with the attendance. We were pretty close, but there were a few things we had to tweak in terms of looking at the attendance administrative procedures. So that's done. Professional development. On January 16th and 17th, I participated in a 2-day training session facilitated by Brenda Calaneno out of BC. She's a former educator, works for the Center of Trauma and Informed Practices. The training was your level 1 certification for what they refer to as VITRA, which is Violent Threat Risk Assessment. Jolene Brown of Student Services, our Student Service Administrator, partnered with the RCMP to bring this training to Thompson. Jolene did a great job, I thank her for that. There was approximately 50 people in the training session. There was a number of our community partners, including NCN-CFS, NCN Education Authority, there was the RCMP, MKO, and approximately 27 employees from the district, consisting mostly of school administrators and school counselors. The training was extremely intensive, and it focused on what they referred to as the VITRA model, which included assessing threats, defining threat assessments versus risk assessments, the research behind the VITRA model, which was mostly come out of the Secret Service and the FBI out of the US, potential warning signs, target and site selections, and identifying individuals of concern. They kind of categorized people and kind of said, okay, when an individual of concern fits within this category, I mean, the alert is higher, and there was kind of like a rubric to say, to kind of level out and see where things were with the risk and planning for that person.
So who pays, who brought this speaker up?
We partnered with the RCMP, and Jolene Brown, Student Services Coordinator, organized it all. And then obviously the participants from the other community partners paid to attend, as we did. We all kind of just divvied the cost up equally. Yeah, no, it was really good. Yes.
Is this like further training can come from this to train our staff, or is this your kind of key people who need to know this? And
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, ideally, what they like, and how, in BC where she's from, I think, where would she say she was from? I can't remember. I want to say Pembroke, perhaps. They have like a community response to these kind of things. Yeah. I mean, and ideally that's kind of what they would like, is to have like a community format. That's why we had pulled in people from all like other places.
That's great to see so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not extremely, like, we have a risks and threat assessment that we've done, crisis response teams that we've had for years. I mean, it's not a ton different. They have some different, obviously when you start getting like someone like the Secret Service or the FBI and profilers, I mean, there were lots of scenarios, so it was extremely interesting to see things. I mean, it's not far off, but it was good to actually visit it again. It's been a long time since many of us have taken that training, and just to have to revamp and do a few other things. A retirement, Joy Thompson, she submitted her letter of retirement effective January 12th. She's worked as a caretaker in the district since 2011. During her career, she's worked at Wapanak, Riverside, and Artie Parker, and she's retiring from her position currently at Westwood. So we wish Joy all the best. She was my caretaker when I was, or she maybe was just, she did a stint at Burma when I was there too, so. But yeah, we wish her well.
Absolutely.
Any questions?
Super, any questions?
Did you get any application for the position of speech and language pathologist?
No, I haven't. Education Canada, it's been 5 years and we have not received any applications for that particular position.
So we need to conduct solution. Like in some situation, like I can tell you our development experience. Like in Manitoba, we don't have any school for the public health inspector. So what we are doing right now, so we are trying to have students under field position, like those who are in the process to get the license. We are giving you a conditional letter of offer to work. If you can submit your license within 1 year, after that you will get this position. But before that you will get this.
We've discussed it's the one thing about speech and language pathology, minimum education is a master's degree for that particular position.
I know, but like if you can write a letter to the College of the Speech and Language Pathology that are there any regulatory restrictions to hire someone under like maybe someone have experience out of this country, maybe they came to this country, they are in the process to getting their license, and if we hire someone in underfield position, are there any restrictions from the college?
Like a labor market opinion? Is
No,
that
from the college, the licensing authority.
Oh, the licensing authority, yeah, like the College of Speech and Language Pathology. They're actually quite, they're not the most flexible
But it's something we can ask
No.
Jolene to bring
Just
forward at
forward.
the SAM.
Like
Yeah.
Ontario Provincial Control, they already reduced restriction to getting the license for the physician, because you know there is a lots of crisis to getting the licensed physician. So they reduce the restrictions under some terms and conditions.
Yeah.
So we would need.
We
some-
can write to the memo to this college that we are struggling to find someone, we are trying to find someone to hire this position.
So we brought that up to the student service, the provincial SAM. We brought that up through our mass. And I think that maybe if there were people who were interested or were at that point, we don't have anybody at that point, like nobody's applied, nobody's told us any of that. So we've contracted services. So once the last person retired, we already had somebody to come in to contract services. So that's the best we can do right now. The other school divisions are having the same issues, that there are no SLPs, but I will bring that forward to Jolene, and she's the northern director, to bring up at their next SAM meeting.
It's not, well, it's not to say that they're not getting any one-to-one service. They are, because we have educational assistants that are trained to deliver the programming. The issue is that the only person who can do the programming is a licensed speech and language pathologist, which is what the people that we,
The Michelle group.
the Michelle group that we're contracting. So when that particular person retired, it freed up some money to actually get more contract work. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Go ahead.
The resolution that's gonna be coming forward at the convention is also addressing the clinicians, and we want it at a provincial level to advocate on our behalf on all school divisions for that service.
But it's definitely something we could entertain at a committee level, perhaps. Trustee Lawson?
No comment.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I think it's gotta come top down, because even attracting professionals to come up here, you've gotta get on to Winnipeg, and good luck, right?
I'm reading the CBC. They're, you know, sometimes in jurisdictions like ourselves, you know, something like I've read that they're trying to in Sudbury and North Bay, they're trying to attract physicians. For example, they're offering them like $10,000, $30,000 signing bonuses if they do 5 years, and they're just not attracting people. So it's a difficult market right now. But I think there's definitely different strategies we can follow. Yeah. Good. Anything else? Any other questions before we move on? Okay. Well, thank you so much. We'll go to Superintendent of Educational Services and Programming.
Okay, everybody's received my report. So I just want to add on to the meeting part that I also attended a meeting today during lunch in regards to the Healthy Schools grant, and that's one that's not attached through the MISL, but it's actually its own, it's through Healthy Schools. So they were just looking for some feedback around how to improve those dollars, and because there's a lot of summary reports that are required with that for not a great deal of money. So we were just talking about it needing to be either part of the MISL, where we send in all of our information, or it becomes less labor intensive. So, and we did say we really do appreciate the money. Like, don't stop sending us the money. Like, that's important for us, because our schools do rely on that for the different programs, like the walking school bus on Wednesdays, the crochet club, every school does something. Cooking classes, so to keep sending the money, but maybe less labor intensive. I included December's attendance, so as you can see, I didn't put December 22nd, but that's the second diagram, or the second chart. But as you can see, all the elementary schools did have an increase in their attendance for the month of December, so that's a plus.
Lori,
Yes.
while we're
Yeah.
on attendance, so, I thought maybe that was December and January, so thanks for clarifying.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I did put the December
No
2022,
worries.
yeah.
So with the, I don't know if it's legislation or just a directive from the province on attendance, with some of the numbers we have there, how is that gonna affect how our schools operate with some of the language that they're talking about with attendance? Like Wapanuck at 50%, 54%.
So I had to submit the names in November are chronic non-attenders, so that's going to be part of a conversation I'm having tomorrow. We do need to have a plan in place, but that's also the importance of having an updated attendance procedure. And for the most part, our staff is going above and beyond what is required in that legislation. And everything is reported through Activity tab.
So is there, more onus put on the community outside of the school with this new legislation around attendance?
No. Like you're looking, like we were, as part of the new, or as part of the attendance administrative procedure, once they hit like what they refer to as like chronic absenteeism, they're to write, like it's basically an attendance plan for every, like some of these schools with 53, you're looking at the high school, you could be looking of upwards of trying to write 350 of these plans. So it's a lot of, yeah, some people are a little overwhelmed about how this work is gonna get done within a school setting, yes.
I guess, so, well, obviously we're taxpayer funded, right? I related to apprenticeship, so my schooling with apprenticeship is paid by 95% from taxpayer, right? I can miss 2 classes without an excuse. That 3rd class, they can kick me out and I have to pay back that $5,000 before I can attend again, right? I just see so much being put onto our principals, our teachers, our, you know, you guys, when there has to be a conversation with our community as well, you know? And I'm not saying it's not happening, right? But I'm just concerned, like our healthcare and what's being put on healthcare, that our education system, I mean, you can send directives, but if it's not coming from home as well as a priority, right? We can only do so much, right? You know, you look at our attendance, it's other or it's parent request.
So
Right.
when I submitted the names in November, 27% of our elementary schools had chronic non-attenders. Those individual names are actually sent to the province.
Okay.
I'm suspecting once the province actually
Looks at it.
sees the depth,
Magnitude.
Yeah,
that those of us that are in this position will probably be called in for a meeting, because we can't do this alone, we know that. We've been asking for families to be involved, justice to be involved. And I do know that they're bringing back the working group around the framework for learning. Not sure when we're meeting, but I know that will be part of that conversation. So for now, we've done everything that we can do, and our teachers are doing what they need to do. And I'll keep reporting monthly what our attendance looks like. And I did do the breakdown for the high school, and it was kind of unfair. Like there was a lot of names, but it really wasn't a fair breakdown of student absence, because we had a group of students who were missing 4 and 5 classes. Those are the kids we want to worry about. The kids that are missing, and we still want to worry about the kids that are missing a class, but that one class is not as imperative as that student that's missing all their classes.
Like 5 classes in total, not 5
Yes,
days.
they're chronic
Yeah.
attenders in all their classes,
Yeah.
compares to the kid that might be missing, I don't wanna name a class, but whatever that class is,
right.
right? So I think there needs,
It's never phys ed.
well, no, there are kids
Oh,
who
yeah.
don't like phys ed, right?
And again,
Yeah.
there are kids within our school division, and I mean, chronic absenteeism, as defined in the administrative procedure that's laid out in legislation, I mean, it doesn't even refer to, like, so, it has some conversation about excused and unexcused, but we have kids that could fall in the chronic absentee column with all excused absences simply for traveling on sports teams, which are either school-related or outside of school-related. I mean, it's, you know as well as I do, it's a day on either end. We're not driving from one end of the city to the other to compete, like,
So I think this is step one, because you look at those kids are traveling, or we're only traveling if they're passing. So we're not worried about those
Yeah.
kids. The ones we're worried about are the ones that are not getting credits. And that's where that conversation needs to happen. And maybe it is alternative education, maybe we need to look at the way we're setting up our classes. Maybe it's the classes that we're delivering.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to have different course
Well,
choices.
And I agree, but I also think too that there needs to, like, it has to be from both sides. That kid has to be supported from us and from home, or whatever that home looks like, right?
But for the most part, those parents are doing the best that they can, and sometimes that's what we have to work with.
Yeah.
Right,
The
so-
government just needs to recognize that, because our schools can only take so much, right?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna continue on my report here. Okay,
Otherwise, at this rate, we'll be talking about 1960s truancy laws.
He keeps track of everything he does too, also going to.
anybody who has any conversations, including myself with a parent, goes into activity tab.
Right on.
So that is well documented, yeah, for sure. Okay,
Thanks, Larry.
no problem. As requested, I've submitted the Aurora Recovery Center information to the board. There's the timeline of information. I don't know if that's gonna go under new business.
Other committees.
Okay, so, just from, my area, there seems to be no concern for us. Mr. Bruno did say that, he wasn't able to accommodate our request. We did make a request. Yeah, so you know,
Fair enough.
I said I'll call another day, we'll see, I'll keep trying. Winter camp is taking place.
Great week.
Yes, actually, although we do need the stoves because the kids' socks are getting wet, so we gotta keep them warm.
Yeah.
So we've had the grade 1 math camp, and then today we had some grade 7s from Juniper School, doing some mental health and well-being activities. Tomorrow we have a family camp in the morning, and then Thursday we will have some more math camps. So that's been going really good. We did have a district transition meeting this week. We talked about our year at a glance. We're trying to get our calendar done because we know that May and June get really, really busy. So we want to make sure that we could get our transition camps in. All of our buses are booked and the camp is booked. We just haven't received the final dates for mile 20, but they normally are in that same week. So we're not too worried about that. Had a conversation around the youth behavior survey so that the grade 7 and 8 teachers know about something that's coming up, which I think that Abby will speak to in her report. So we have that. We picked out our first book club dates.
Yes.
February 12th is going to be our first day, and it's going to look like Starbucks.
February 12th.
Yes, the theme is
Star
Starbooks, not Starbucks,
Star Wars?
Starbooks.
Oh, gotcha.
Cafe, yes.
Gotcha.
That is the brainchild of Mackenzie Belanger, so she's looking after that.
Oh.
So that starts at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Cafeteria, Artie Parker. If anybody's interested,
Send
let
me
me
an email.
know.
Yes.
Because I'm going to assign you a book.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're gonna do some book talks, because you will take on a book group if you're interested. Then we're meeting again March 11th at 5 p.m. to actually discuss the books. And then we're having another transition meeting on February 26th. There were 16 people present at the meeting, including, plus me, 17. But it was also the same day as the Burntwood Feast, so we had a few people send regrets. Participated in the FAST program with Wapanuk and Juniper, so those two schools are working together, and then Burntwood is running their own.
We
So
gotta change that name, FAST program.
families and schools
Just
together.
think about people
Families,
fasting.
I know, I love putting it there, and then people look at me and go,
It's exact opposite. Exact opposite. What is it?
we do more
I should do
feasting.
that. I should be fasting.
Families and schools together. So we had over at Wapanuk and Juniper over 60 participants. So it was a busy, busy night. It was a lot of fun. Program will run for 9 weeks. UCN have split up their Keenanow students, so they're working between the two schools. And this year we had a new group. We've never had a group of teenagers 16 to age 20, 21. So we've created a new group to work with those, I can't call them kids because they're kind of like adults
Young
too.
adults.
Yeah, so I'm working with the young adults. That is my group. So
That's great.
we did some talking activities, and then we played 21, and I have to say I beat them at 21.
Did
so-
you? So this is like a youth group? What is this?
Well, they're a group of youths that are within this families and schools together. Usually they're in, 0 to 3, 4 to 8, 9 to 12. We've never had an older group, so
No, I like this.
I have tomorrow's activity planned. It's every Wednesday,
These could be
And,
prospective teachers we're talking about.
well, there's a lot of possibilities, right? Tomorrow, I can't tell you what we're doing tomorrow because they might find out. It's a surprise.
I'd like to learn more about these people.
And then we're gonna play 21 because they're gonna try and unseat me. We're gonna play basketball all the way through. And I'm not a basketball player, but I love
I'm
it.
sure that group of 15 to 20-year-olds is looking at this on TV and they're gonna, I'm sure they're glued to,
I'm gonna actually show it
to
to
the
them tomorrow
different
night.
YouTube channel right now.
I'm sure we're on the top of the list of
Exactly. Wow, they couldn't wait for this to get on TV.
But yeah, lots of stuff happening. Burtwood had a very successful evening also. So yeah, just lots of good stuff happening with our families and our staff. And yeah, that's
They're watching us on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
making a TikTok. Any
Oh,
questions?
super. Any questions?
What, are those in the evening or during the day?
It's in the evening, 5 to 9 o'clock. We're usually done. Yeah, yeah, they're great.
I don't know, Kelly, they got 2 good reports coming. You gonna make it 3 for 3 or what?
The 24-25 budget presentation. Just like to mention, our upcoming budget presentation will be held February 28th here at the school board office at 6 o'clock p.m. That's for next year's school year. Expenditures year to date have been circulated. There's not a lot of big drama here, which is a good thing, I believe. The financial dashboard of January 24th, no change to our operating surplus at this time. It remains at $1,621,000 for the end of June. The breakfast programs at this time, there's $160,998 in funding, and we have spent $43,941 for breakfast and snack programs within our schools. So it's just over 27% spent so far this year. Our expenditures year to date are tracking well. We are 46.9% through the school year as of January 25th. Our year to date budget's 46.6%, $21,621,055 year to date spent. No big surprises at this time. Expecting Mother Nature still on our side, and we've got some good hydro bills coming in, so which is going to help in other areas. I have nothing else at this time.
Super. We can use the savings to attract a speech pathologist. How about that? Probably. How much does 7 years of masters in BA cost? Okay, super. Any questions for Secretary Treasurer? Okay, well, thank you so much. Yeah.
The Artie Parker project, how far along is it done?
The last progress claim was 73% done.
It's looking really good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. The windows on the back of the gym just look so weird from the outside to see windows there. I'm sure it's great on the inside to have that natural light, but just it's different, right? So
That's on the big gym.
yeah.
I haven't even been
No.
on that side to see it.
Yeah.
Can you put us down for a snoop? Okay, you guys want to go for a little snoop in the building?
Sure.
Just to see what's changed and what?
Play some basketball.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I have to wear a dress though. That's how I play best.
Put it down.
Need that movement.
Make a date for it. I want to snoop. I want to go take a look. How's it going? Especially that new space at the front. I'd like to take a look. Super. Okay. Well, great. Item 11, new business. I see nothing. That's good. 12, correspondence, Manitoba School Boards Association. What do those people have to say? Let's take a look. It's there for your perusal. Is there anything super interesting? I like to read month. The Black History Month, that's good. Yeah, there's some stuff. Holocaust Remembrance Day, that's important. That was 3 days ago. That's good. Yeah, so that's there for your perusal. Let's take a look. Advocating National Food School Program. Oh, okay. So we have something here to move. So we have here an item 12.1.1, Advocating National School Food. The recommendation in front of us is that the Board of Trustees submit a request to Minister Freeland to include funds to support a national school food program in 2024 federal budget. Can I have someone move that we discuss this? Trustee Lawson, seconded by Trustee Sharker. Who brought this? Was this you or me, Kelly? This was myself? Okay.
It was circulated through the divisional mail,
Yeah.
and the template that's included in your board packages came from MSBA with the recommendation to follow this.
Okay.
It's a really strong guide for us to look at.
So what do you folks, has anybody had time to look at this?
Is this needed after the announcement that was made today?
I think that's just provincial, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta push at both ends for this. The more money the feds give out, hopefully the
Give
province
back.
will match it.
Give back.
Yeah.
It's
Give
our
back.
money. It's our money.
Yeah. The more of our money they're willing to give back to us, exactly, the better. So, yeah, so what would we do here, Kelly? Do they want us to sign to a letter similar to this one?
Provided this as a guide
As a
that
guide?
we can follow, or
Okay.
we can put our own flair in it.
Do we want to refer this to a committee?
I would think so. You probably could,
I mean, if we want to change the wording.
yeah.
Do you guys want, what do you think?
I have no problem going over it as a committee. I'm just cautious about changing, like you want one voice,
Yes.
right? So if, you know, every district changes something in that document,
Yes.
it's not as powerful, I think. I think MSBA is gonna know what's best going to the feds. With that said, I have no problem looking over it and making sure that we believe in it wholeheartedly, but I'd be cautious about changing a document from MSBA.
Yeah.
You could also perhaps bring this up at the board chair weekly meeting to see what other boards are doing with this directive.
Yes, I could.
So we could table this item for the next meeting after you speak with board chairs.
Or we just move to it, to just do it.
Does the federal government normally fund food programs? Ever?
They are looking at
They
developing a national program right now.
Form of government.
It is moving.
Food insecurity is becoming much more prevalent.
Yeah. I think that this is probably intended to help prod them along a little bit to continue that, especially with the province now has come with their own plan as well.
Well, the ministries were actually responsible for this national school food policy engagement, so
Yeah.
I think they would expect to get a request,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. So do you folks want to, if we want to change it a little bit, I can wait to talk with my colleagues at the chairs. Or if, I agree with Trustee Lawson, I mean, if there is consistency is sometimes a strength.
We can make a draft for board approval. See,
Just make a draft, we'll just draft it. Kelly, is that something that you want to work on, or is that something, Lori, that you want to work on? This is a draft, yeah, we would just have to change the bold.
I think we just insert
Yeah. you
where it's
gotta-
highlighted,
Yeah.
our school district.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's literally what it says.
On our letterhead,
Yes.
yes.
And then we can say what? People can
On our
read it.
letterhead.
Your information that it takes.
Oh, you take all the fun right out of it. Yep, okay. All those, let's have someone move that we adopt the letter as is. Let's call for a vote.
But you can't adopt it as is because you need to change where the yellow highlight
Okay,
is.
let's move that Kelly makes the changes with the cut and paste, and then the next meeting that we meet, 2 weeks, we will accept the letter or not.
Or what's our motion right now?
We have to take the list.
Submit a request.
Board member.
Trustees submit a request to Minister Freeland to include funds to support a national school food program in the
So
2024
we just
food budget.
Make that motion, direct them to update the letter and send it in.
Yeah? Okay. So can I have someone move that we do that motion? Do we have it? Okay. Okay, call a vote. All those in favor? Okay, ayes. Make it so. Was I making something easy too difficult? Probably. Yeah. By the way, academics never do anything easy. We never cut and paste, so.
Want to finesse it.
Finesse it.
I'm all about working smarter, not harder.
I know you are. Okay, 13.1, committee reports, policy committee.
I'll
So they reviewed the agenda and they reviewed the procedural bylaws section 8, public participation at board meetings. No changes was made. Reviewed board policy number 11, board operations, and policy 13, board and superintendent relationship. No changes are made. Reviewed recommendations from finance committee pertaining to the report monitoring schedule, policy 14, and terms of reference for finance and property committee. Changes have been made and brought to the board for the approval. For the next meeting, we did not make any schedule for the next meeting.
Any questions for the policy committee? Good.
I don't see that.
No, they didn't, so it'll be next board meeting that they'll be approved. Those changes didn't, from policies.
Yeah, I don't think they're on this one.
No, they're on there, so they'll be on the next one.
13.2, Chair of Education Programming Committee.
That's me. So education and programming met this evening, just prior to this meeting. We had a fantastic presentation from Kelly Tate. She had presented to us on the numeracy program. She provided some data related to the assessments, and we were informed on some of the activities that take place at the Akiyasu. Did I say that right? Okay, yeah, math camps. So we were kind of informed on some of the numeracy initiatives that are taking place within the district. In relation to staffing requirements, the career development position remains vacant, which is a 0.5 position. And the cultural proficiency position has been filled by Bruce Moncur. We were also provided some further information regarding the identified needs for the proposed alternative programming for Artie Parker. So there is an ask for $200,000 for the implementation of the program. So we will receive more information regarding that at a later time. And the next meeting has been scheduled for February 27th at 5.
Super. Any questions for the chair?
Development, were we looking for funding for another 0.5 to make that a full position, or?
At this time, no.
No? Okay.
No. The problem we run into is that the province, it used to be a 0.25, the province upped the funding, but also the requirement is that it is a teacher. So, we just today talked about a couple of options, so I'm gonna search that out and, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Great minds think alike, because we thought the same thing.
I remember talking about it somehow.
Yeah. 13.4, Finance and Property Committee.
We'll back up.
13. Oh, whoops.
Jeez, jumping ahead.
It's my eyesight. 13.3, Public Relations Committee.
We met on January 23rd. We had some, under new business, reviewed the budget. Update on the 10-year service recognition, have been in discussion with the supplier, and they are in the process of doing a mock-up for us to see before we proceed with the order. We are planning something to recognize staff during Education Week. Official dates have not been released from the province as of yet, and our next meeting is to be determined. Excuse me.
Thank you. Any questions for the chair? Now 13.4,
Yeah.
Chair of Finance Property.
So we haven't met since last meeting. Our next meeting will be February 13th at 5 p.m.
It's good to have you back in person, Chair.
It's great to be back. Yes, thank you.
13.5, other committees. Any other committees outstanding? No, we're good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm not gone. Yeah. You're assuming I'm going to gloss over that. No. So 13.5.1, Ad Hoc Aurora Recovery Home Update. Who is this from?
I
was going to say, is this me too? Or?
Well, I was asked to provide some information, so I submitted that for this meeting. Basically, just the timeline, the date we received the letter from the City of Thompson, then the information that was shared at the City of Thompson. Trustee Sharker Chairperson Warner Brown and myself met with the city. They provided us with some information that's been included in his package. Then I also had sent an email to update everybody as to the information that we had found out. Then we were invited to a meeting at the site, and Trustee Anderson was there, Chairperson Warner Brown was there, Trustee Young was there, and Trustee Sharker was there. We invited the admin from Wapanek Community School. Hilda Fitzner was there as the property manager, and myself. We went through some of our concerns. Our biggest concern was around security and safety and student population. We have the room at the schools. If there was an influx of students, the facility itself is going to be locked. People will not be coming and going. Any of the clients that are working or that are living there will also have escorts as they come and go. It is a long-term facility, so families will be there, and it's a family reunification, could be there for 6 months plus, so they could be up there up to a year. And yeah, so I don't think there was any concern, and I did provide the website if anybody wanted to have a look at their other recovery centers, which have been successful, and it is a fee-for-service, so it is a private company that has the Aurora. So I don't know if anybody had any other concerns or.
So does that meet the need last time we met, we talked about, we wanted on the record that this has been presented. Is that good, MD?
One of the question I raised at the meeting. So this question is safety for our students, teachers and staff. So in future, if there are any safety concerns arise from our students or the parents, they were willing to sit with us to discuss how to resolve this. If you can put this on this note, so this will be fine.
In practice, schools probably would have to. So you wanted me to add, like they're very open and receptive.
Yes, but
And
if you want to put this on our.
But what is that, sorry, MD?
So in future, if there is any safety concern, like from, we get any complaints from a teacher, any teacher, parents, that, so that we can discuss with them that how to do this.
we did put as a point of contact if the students were Wapanek students, and Stacy Burns and I couldn't remember Mr. Kowalczyk's first name. They have already met with the admin over at Wapanek, and that would be the first line of communication.
Yeah.
And then if there's no resolution, then it would come to the board level, just.
I see this very similar to the MKO's building, right, the Well Variety Center, right, if we have an issue, we,
Let us know
same
when
thing,
it-
right?
I personally don't like that we need to hire a security guard.
The last time in this area. This is my big concern. And we won't be doing that because it's a large facility. It's,
I see this differently, this
Yeah, the-
recovery centers, probably.
the services are there, right? It's locked. It's
It's gonna be more structured.
very
Yeah,
structured.
it's a different
Yeah.
beast, I think.
But you're right. If there's an issue, then to the school,
So
then
they
to
were
us.
willing to discuss with us.
Oh, yeah, they were very open, and they were actually quite thankful. They showed up at our community feast because the invitation was sent to them
Absolutely.
from Wapanek's admin team, and they came, and it was great to see them in there. They were mingling and meeting people, so.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
I just think we need to say though that was so that we had an idea what was going on, so if we had an objection, we could go to the city, because it was the city, it's up to the city decides whether they're there or not. It's not up to us, right? So we went there to determine whether or not there was gonna be a concern that we had to bring up to the city in order for the city to allow or not allow their zoning for that property. That's.
And I think we decided amongst
And we-
ourselves
and
not
by-
to put opposition.
Exactly, yeah. I know we have a good working relationship, but the base idea was the fact of whether we have to go to the city to object or not object.
Good.
Cool. Thanks. Thank you. All right, also, AHEC, did you want to talk to that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The AHEC committee met on January 26th. So I previously had reported that the AHEC committee was planning sort of a youth forum get together where we were inviting kind of an equitable representation of students from grades 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all the way. It's 6 or 7, right?
Yeah.
7 to 12. To get together and discuss some of the information that we were able to pull from the youth behavior survey. So some of the identified concerns, we just wanted their input, their feedback, and facilitate some brainstorming with them. So that is going to be taking place on April 25th from 9 until 1. So we'll do some brainstorming sessions, they'll have lunch, and we'll just kind of determine what some of the next steps are with the information that we're able to gather from the event. So potentially 100 students. And so during the meeting, we had created some subcommittees to be able to complete preparation for the event. So that, like, an advertising and media committee was formed, as well as event planning and somebody being in charge of kind of giveaways and prizes for the students for the day. No, it's no.
What, April 21st?
25th.
Oh,
25th?
Oh,
Fifth.
Thursday.
Oh, 5th.
Yeah.
Well, 6. Ah, for some reason 21st. Okay, that makes more sense.
And that was it. Our next meeting is to be announced, to be determined.
Any questions for Trustee
Yeah.
Quinn?
Who leads that?
Trish Griffin
Oh, yeah.
is
Oh,
the
nice.
chair of the committee. Yeah.
What venue you guys having at the high school or?
Mama We Talk Friendship Center.
Oh,
So they're going to cater a lunch for us.
Nice.
So it'll be a nice
So was that open
home-cooked lunch.
I support the community, Vice Chair.
our teacher training was there. I stayed for lunch both days. It was fantastic.
It's fantastic food.
They have good soup. I don't know who makes the soup around there, but it's
hard.
very good.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to-
Very hard.
From this kitchen, from the nursing room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is good. Very nice.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think it'll be a good event. And
Awesome.
Not right now.
Any other comments?
Good. Is it possible as trustee comments already? Do I have to make up something to put on the agenda?
I think we're just that good today.
Oh, you don't want to talk about vaping or talk about teens having sex or something?
That's what the 25th is for.
Oh, that's what the 25th.
We got that on the agenda.
Okay. Okay, what trustee comments? Good.
Welcome everyone, warm winter.
Yeah.
Warm winter. One thing, so are you going to, like, as a board, participate in the Winter Fest, the city's first team?
Do we typically do something?
Winter Fest.
I haven't been going to meetings,
You have to volunteer, it's a volunteer.
yeah, I haven't volunteered.
Yeah.
I'm personally
Are you volunteering?
volunteering at an event, but it has nothing to do with the board.
Are you volunteering?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with
No,
this board.
just you as a citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want.
I think the question probably is more.
Do we want to?
School division
Does
usually
the
do
school
something.
in the past, no?
No, our kids participate
The kids
in any of
participate.
the activities. If
Yeah.
there's a coloring contest coming up, they've done some.
There's no.
Skull.
No, they'll come
ice
in.
sculptures.
They'll come in sometimes to the school assemblies and promote it and
Right.
have the mascot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a weekend event, so, yeah.
Okay. Good. Trustee Humphrey?
Yeah, not really anything from me. I just hope everyone's enjoying our spring weather in January.
Trustee Lawson?
Just happy to be back. Wish all their kids writing exams right now the best of luck. And yeah, come out to our budget meeting. It's going to be a blast as always.
Awesome.
Yeah, love the input.
Trustee Young?
Just to say I attended the welcome back dinner at Burntwood School, and it was a very good event. Good food, lots of people. Excellent.
Awesome.
Vice Chair?
I just want to say thank you to our staff for all their hard work. You know, challenging times, challenging students. Just want to say a big thank you.
Last but not least?
Yeah, yesterday I went to the math land-based learning It was really fun. I actually had a blast. And the quietest tent there is, so there's 4 tents. There's one building, and the quietest tent there, we went in it and we found out why, because there was 0 kids in it. So it's just, the kids had a lot of fun. They were very interactive. I'd never seen one kid, like, I don't know, not doing anything or not participating. It was really exciting to see. So, yeah, that was really fun. And then today at lunchtime, I went and brought a hot dog at Equal Riverside. They're fundraising for their festival, The Voyageur. There was 240 hot dogs sold and 34 veggie dogs. So that was pretty cool.
Where'd you get the invite for that?
You have to be liked.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Did I get?
I had to buy it. I bought the hot dogs, so yeah, maybe that's the difference. I don't know.
She's not on a professor's salary.
No, she's not on a professor's salary. I don't, oh, the Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I'm still living in 1995. There's no Facebook in 1995. I'm still on the internet. though.
Dial-up.
Also, just a reminder to everyone that with this beautiful weather in the mornings, we're not going to have beautiful weather.
No.
It'll be really icy, so just a reminder to slow down in the mornings. And that's it.
Super. Yeah, I want to call out to Birdwood. Keep it up. That was a nice dinner, and thank you to the superintendent for doing the cooking. And much obliged. And thank you for the trustee for keeping me company while we were eating.
Believe me, I didn't do
And,
a lot of people feed.
well, you made it look really easy because
There
it
were
was.
lots of people involved.
Yeah.
You know where her mom is? Come on.
That's right, but just because my dad's a carpenter does not make me a carpenter. Yeah. Good. Thank you, everybody. That was almost too easy. So, questions from the public? No. We got like an hour and a half. So, what you got? Okay. Can I have someone move that we go into camera? Trustee Humby, seconded by Trustee Sharker. All those in favor? All right, let's take 5 minutes to dehydrate, or no, rehydrate? To rehydrate?
Yes.